Oh, you just know I had to bring this game into action for the month of Halloween. This is none other than Amnesia, the Dark Descent. I just had to. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr.Kafuffles. We're going into Amnesia, the Dark Descent. What follows is a couple of quick messages on how to get the best possible experience. Yes, I know. Amnesia should not be played to win. Focus on immersing yourself in this game's story and the world, which I always love games for their story, especially when it comes to any kind of game. Fighting games, FPS, third person, anything. Anything I could get my hands on. I want to play for the story, the plot. And if people don't think that I would play specific fighting games for story, you've not met me then. Or anyone else that would play games for the story, the actual story. Like, I want to be able to play for story, for content, not just to skip everything and go straight to the fight. Do not worry about when and how to save during gameplay. The game will take care of that for you. When you want to leave the game, just choose save and exit, and then you can continue to return where you left off next time you start up the game. The world of Amnesia is a dangerous place, and you are extremely vulnerable. Do not try and fight the enemies encountered. Instead, use your wits, hide, or even run, if necessary. The interplay between light and dark is very important to the game, and because of its vital to set up the gamma correctly, use the slider control below to do so. Make sure to play in a dark room and wear headphones for the best experience. Well, I already got part of it. I mean, it's not exactly dark yet. Until like an hour or so. I at least want a wee bit of a gamma. Just a wee bit. That is all. Hope you enjoy immersing yourself in the world of Amnesia. Frictional games. We're doing this. We're doing this. And yeah, this is Amnesia, the Dark Descent, way years after, and there's actually custom story support instead of having to actually go to a website for custom stories. So you can go to the workshop, which there is one now, for custom-made stories. Hard? Enemies will spot you more easily. Tinderboxes and oil are Nope. Saving costs tinderboxes? Losing your sanity will kill you? Oh, no. No. I cannot. I can't. I cannot do hard mode. No, thank you. No. Just, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me take care of that until it's fully ready. Come on. Alright, let's try this again. Here we go.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Ah, Daniel, back again at Brennenburg Castle. Health, all is good and crystal clear sanity. A memento. Follow the liquid trail and find its source. Tinderbox. No. Eh? I don't trust you. I still remember doing that from my first playthrough. I remember doing that from my first playthrough. It was always funny. Bottle. Smashy, smashy. Yeah, it says I'm all crystal clear, but I find that hard to believe. Ooh, another one. Nice. That one's number 4. Easy now, Daniel. Oh, boy. I don't like it when it does that. Tinderbox. Slight headache. When standing in darkness, your sanity will slowly drain. Turn on lights in the environment using tinderboxes or search for other sources of light. Old archives. Traveling to Dover meant going through Canterbury. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with neglect of family. can be increased by completing puzzles and making progress. Two tinder boxes. Good, good. Lantern.
August 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brennenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
You can quickly check the most recent red text by pressing N or by accessing the journal. Oil. Alright, give me a quick second. Okay, let's carry on. Just wanted to turn down the volume just a wee bit, or I'll turn it up for limitation on OBS. So I hope this is good. There's supposed to be some... Oh, here we go. door slammed shut behind me, and he knew he would never again see the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London seemed appropriate somehow.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
It's tough and pliant. It can't be torn by hand or tool. So something else must be done to break through. Hissing cockroaches? Yeah, hissing cockroaches. Ooh! More of that stuff. Gee, great. Wine cellar? I don't know. Laboratory? I haven't played this game since like 2017? Yeah. And the archives. So let's go to the lab and see what we can find. The other children cheered him on, his name voiced in a steadily rising pace, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought and struck his victim with a rock. Chemistry pod. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis, in hope it will produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful, and the solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament.
More coop rats. Let me see. And one part aquafortis.
One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. I lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. If the lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some of them seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Lovely. The wine cellar. 4 different chemicals are needed to continue. Well, there goes that. Yeah. I do not like the sound of that. Oil. Slight headache, yeah. He fell to the kitchen floor. Tears were beginning to well in his eyes as he received the first kick in his stomach. Hazel remained hidden. In fear, she too would be punished. So I believe I would also need to go up to the archives as well at some point, but even then I gotta go down to the wine cellar. Great. Oh no. Find the key for the wine cellar. Chemical ingredients have been moved to the laboratory to the wine cellar. Evidence in the laboratory have revealed that combining 4 chemicals can create a powerful acid. Some sort of organic tissue blocks the path up to the refinery. Can it be dissolved? Oh boy. The things I do for returning to returning to Brennenburg. A fragrant taste of rose lingered in his mouth. Turkish delights, he thought, just like the ones at the consulate in Constantinople? I think that's how you say it, Constantinople. believe this is the area where I first meet with one of the enemies, the servants.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
I see. Nothing. Let's see. I think I just need to stay in the light. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian Royal Court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Garrick.
"17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Lovely. Let's check out this room. Yeah? Sounded like a grunt. Oh god, why did I come back here? Why did I decide to come back to Brennenburg? Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Great. All from taking a note.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
The castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Interesting. What's in here? 16 tinder boxes now. And another oil.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Altstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another rich with lore is Altstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will surely and certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently throughout the wood, shying away from any beholders. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for some remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all of his prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in the records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble, some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was the mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at the castle nearby Altstadt, and, like most of those noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals, little before the castle was consumed by fire in late 16th century, it was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. Okay, there's one, there's two, there's three. No? Yeah? Excuse me? Back to the horrors of Brennenburg Castle. Okay, there's those two. Where's the third one? Oh, right here. Yes! Wine somebody. I swear I thought I'd need to hide. I swear I completely forgot when I meet with that first goddamn monster. I completely forgot. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would be a sense solve. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Old tones. Study. Won't budge. Nah, man, nah. No. Those sounds. It was done, the men said. The tomb had been revealed. More flesh? Oh, jeez. It's covering up everywhere. But you know, I think this is gonna be good place to stop for now. So thank you everyone so much for watching. More will be brought to the channel for horror games along with Amnesia. So do stick around. This is I, your host, Mr.Kafuffles, signing out. Do remember to like and subscribe for more, and I shall see you next time. Take care. Peace.